Peoples of the planet. I got here, guys. Finally. Just got home. How are you guys doing? I knock, Mohit Max, and everybody else. Welcome to the stream, guys. Nice to see you all. Let me start opening Unity here, and then we can start working on it. If you guys don't know what we are working on, we are creating some sort of mobile app. It's going to be a game, and it's going to be integrated with the stream and with the bot. So as you guys are playing the game, if you guys beat the score, we're gonna have overlay that's gonna show, you know, this person just beat the score, that type of thing. I want to add more stuff to it, but in the beginning it's going to be super simple, and it's going to work with the level system that we have, right? And it's going to work as well with the XP. So of course you need XP to play the games. So let me double check here. Where did we stop last time? Whisper not working? Oh, really? Let me try. Let me try 1 second here. Let me double check. It's working for me, Mohit Max. At least for the slot machine, it's working. Damn. Did I just win by testing it? No way, dude. Mr. Syrian, welcome to the stream, my man. No way. I guess I just did. Oh well. That's lucky, man. That's lucky. You robbed everyone. Okay, so let me see here. There we go. Everybody got 283. So I just gave you all back. So there we go. The lucky ones that are watching got 283 XP. I don't need XP. Well, now you got it. Now you got it. Let me double check here where we left off. Let me lower the music a little bit. So if I click next, we are just, I need food. We are just like randomizing 5 numbers. Who is doing that? Yeah, so the game manager is doing it. Dart Insidious. Welcome, man. StarCraft. StarCraft. 1 second. Let me see if I remember. Let me double check here. I never played though. I know that the name is not... I know this game, but I never played. Yep. Yeah, I know the game. Is not this one that people use for do like benchmarks and that type of thing? I think it is. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I saw a bunch of people doing benchmarks with a game that's similar to this. I don't know if it's this one. Maybe it is, but yeah, I never played though. I got your link, Hitmax. Just 1 second. What are those? This is the link that Hitmax sent over. Those looks cool. Dog Allen. Adventure. Modern weapons. Yeah, I like these weapons are pretty good, but the ones that I want for my game, they are different. Oh, there's different people that do it. Okay. It's just not one person, right? It's more than one person that does. That's pretty cool. Thanks for sending the link. I think someone sent this link before. I have seen those, but it looks like they have different stuff now. But yeah, those weapons are pretty good, but the weapons that I want for my game, they are different, right? Right now I'm using, as a placeholder, the weapons that I'm using are similar. Let me go back here. The weapons that I'm using are similar to these weapons right here, right? So they are pretty much normal weapons. But when I can, I wanna actually pay a 3D person to build my weapons. They would look different. I wonder the graphics, if they are 2D or 3D. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they are 3D assets, right? I think they are 3D. What kind of weapons are you looking? It's going to be more towards Destiny type of weapons. So the look that I want for my weapons would be our weapons more like this. They are kind of realistic, but not really. So they are kind of like modified versions, right? This type of weapon that I'm looking for. This one is pretty cool. So would go more towards this type of stuff. This one is pretty awesome. Yeah, Destiny weapons are, to me at least, they look really good. So this is what I'm going for, I guess. So let me see here. We have the tiles, set value, get sprite by value. Let's go to this method here. We need to fix this though. Just saying, don't you think it's weird? Well, the weapons, they are weird. Are you talking about... You're talking about the weapons, Hitmax? They are weird looking. But that's what I think it's cool. They are not super realistic, but... if you're talking about the weapons. We need to make this better though, because numbers. The Yug. Welcome to the stream, my friend. How you're doing? Numbers. We have the numbers, tile data. Tile. Tile data. The tech weapon in Island. Yeah, right, but my entire game, it's a prototype, right? Like, I don't want to talk too much about it, how it's gonna look in the end and how I see working, because everything should change. So yeah, right now it's in a island and everything, but everything is prototyping, right? I don't have my game yet. It will be more futuristic type of stuff. It's gonna be more tech. So yeah, right now it's in the island, but everything is a placeholder at this point. I'm good, Yag. Thanks for asking, man. I wish I could show you guys a picture of how I see the game, right? Like, if I could have my game done right now, what I have in my mind, if I could make a picture of it and show to you, like, that will be good. Dr. Argus, welcome to the stream, Doctor. How you doing, man? Dude, Dr. Argus, did you see how much? Who was it? Let me take a look. Gaming. Was it Greenbone? Greenbone did 125. How he did that? If you guys are in our Discord, if you're not, join our Discord. Take a look in the gaming channel, and there is this game that Dr. Argus made that's just clicking. My max was 72, and then Greenbone did 125. I don't know how he did it, right? So you're trying to beat the record. Dr. Argus, do you have the link for the game so the guys can go and play around with it? So the tile data, this is the tile. Let me try to do this here. Tiles manager. Tiles manager get. That I know it's a static, but I don't want to create a dependency, right? So if for any reason in the future, if I change that to not to be static or something, I just need to change how I am getting a hand of this variable here, right? Because now it's just an instance. But if that changes in the future, we don't have this type of thing all over our code, right? Because if this instance changed to something else, then we would have to go all through our code and change it. This way we can only change how we get this variable here, and our code can stay the same if we start doing this, right? Got it? Got the idea? See? Then if this changes somehow, we just need to change here, and everything else underneath in this code will be the same. Oh, there we go. Guys, there's the link for the game. If you guys want to play around with it. I'm working on a kid kind of demo of raycasting. Unity meetup tomorrow. Dude, are you going to Unity meetup? Which is your area? Because I think I'm gonna see if there's a Unity meetup here in San Diego. The last one that I went was a Twitch meetup, right? So, oh, you are the organizer? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Man, imagine if that was in San Diego. That would be super cool. I would go for sure. Right? I need to find if there is anyone doing Unity meetup in San Diego. Probably there is something going on. I just need to figure it out. Which is the area? Which state that you're doing it? Bigger area? Yeah. So the tiles manager. we should have the ruffler tiles. So, Southern Oregon? Oh, wow. This is what I'm thinking now, guys. We have these 5 tiles here, right? These are the numbers that are going to be draw every round, right? So I have them here as the transforms, right? But I know that I'm gonna be using a lot of some sort of, okay, give me all the tiles from the ruffler, right? All the time. And I probably gonna need to have this component here. I'm probably gonna need the tile component to access the data, right? So what I'm thinking to create here in the tiles manager, it's some sort of list, but instead of being the arrays of the transforms, maybe we could create an array of tiles, right? So tile, ruffler, tiles. Let me save all that. Go back to Unity. Because the transform is good, but the transform doesn't have the data that we are looking for, right? Okay, so this will be tile. Okay, let me save that. San Diego meetup? Let me double check. Thanks for the link. Meetup. Our calendar. So they just did one yesterday? Dang. Oh, they are doing a bunch of stuff. That's cool. So they do have stuff going on. Game developers 400? Wow. What was the hacker? 125 hitmax. That it is cool. I'm probably gonna go. Which one is the next one? If you guys are here in the San Diego area, let's do it. 7 p.m. San Diego Game Dev Mixer. That's cool. If I'm not working at 7, I'm probably gonna go. If you guys are in San Diego, let's go, guys. Let's do it. Okay, let me set, since I changed this to tile, it probably lost the references, right? So manager, tile manager. Yeah, it lost the references, but we can set them back. So let's do a tile here. So now, if we go tiles manager, we lock that guy. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we have the ruffler. So now in the game manager, so this will be tile, right? Ruffler tiles. So then we say tile. the tile is equal to ruffler tiles I. So we're getting that one, and then we say dtile dot set value, and then numbers I. Okay. We probably need to figure it out. We're gonna have to create to instantiate this tile data here, right? So you did 80. My record is 72, dude. Instantiate that somehow. Probably, since this is a mono behavior, we can do that on start or on awake. Private void start, and then check if a data is null and create a new one. Right? That's an idea. Let's see if this would work. Yep. It works. Now we need to create a coroutine that it's going to every round you have like 20 seconds. So this is how the game works. Let's say you're gonna have tiles here with numbers, right? And then here is the ruffler that I'm calling it. So every 20 seconds, it's going to give you more numbers. And you would be checking. So let's say if you get 18 here, 18 would be in the first column, right? So you just need to see, okay, do I have 18? No. Do I have 31? You look in this column. Okay, I have it. Bam, you mark it, right? Do I have 48? No. No, no. If you can go to the next round, you can go to the next round and you get points because you didn't wait until the end, right? And if it goes to the end, it's just gonna call the next round already. But if you're faster, the time that you're saving, that ends up giving you more time. The problem with my area is that Meetup is basically a Unity class taught by me. Well, but this is how you start, Doctor. This is how you start, man. So it's bingo. It's kind of like bingo, but not really, right? It has a different rules, like a weird rules that I'm creating. So you have jokers, you have like the evil, you have the angel that give you points, you have like gold, that golds let you mark any line. So there's a weird type of rules like that. So it's kind of bingo, but not really. But in essence, it's a bingo game, kind of. Not enough people want to present stuff. Dude, if I would go there, I would present stuff. I would present something about Unity. What you don't do on Unity, and then I'm gonna show you my code. That's why you don't do it, right? So this we create here just for testing. But that is working, right? Shuffle, 0 references, we can remove that. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be creating in the game manager will be the one that's gonna be responsible for the tick of the game, right? For pausing the game, for moving the rounds, and etc. Have you thought about getting a game where it's just bingo for testing? Well, I'm gonna release this one for you guys. If you guys have a Android phone, I'm gonna be giving you guys the APK, and we're gonna be testing it, right? And then when the game is like polished and nice enough, I'm probably gonna publish on the Play Store, so you guys can download from there. But until then, it's gonna be free, right? And until then, I'm just gonna give you guys the APK. We don't have a single event in ages. Yeah, dude. So let's do here. Let me double check here, guys. 1 second. Coroutine timers. I just want to copy something because I'm lazy. So let's start with something like this. So let's do that. And instead of while true, in the game manager, let's do a private bool. Let's call it game is running. And let's set that to true right now so we can see the coroutine going. And let's call this let's call it call next round. And then let's create a variable here, public float round time is equal to 20.0 f, right? And then we say while game is running, we don't need that. Wait 4 seconds. Round time. And let's print the time. And then let's do a private void start. Guys, I have no idea how I'm gonna make this game. I am making everything up as I'm going here, right? This may change completely, everything that I'm doing, but what I know at this point, I know the game that I want, and I know the rules that I want. I don't know, I didn't thought about code or anything before I started. So literally, I'm just throwing code here to make it work, and then later we can make it better. But at this point, I'm just thinking about things that I need and throwing code at it, right? No Apple Store. And I don't think you can put something on the store without paying for it. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I have an iPhone. Well, I can make iNock. I can make, like, if you have an iPhone, like later on, I can make a build for iPhone. I'm just not going to put in the Apple Store. I don't know if you guys that have iPhone, if you guys can install stuff that are not from the Apple Store, but probably for the Play Store I can put in there. And I can make a build for you for Apple phone if you can install it, right? Start coroutine, and let's do that. Okay, let's see if this is actually counting every 20 seconds. Actually, let me lower that. Let's do 10, so we don't need to be waiting forever. Now what? Yeah. It's going. It's not exactly 10 seconds, but it's pretty close. Like, it's not a big deal, right? Like right here is like 2 milliseconds after. It's not gonna be a deal breaker. 3 milliseconds. It's fine. So I want to create a method here. Private void refresh that, and then that. So does anyone know how to transfer one client in a server to another server? I will stop asking for help one day, I promise. Dude, Inoc, I still ask for help after 30 years. You probably... I never did it, right? But you probably... It all depends in the servers, right? Because if the servers that you're talking about are the same server, so it's the same game, you just need to copy all the information about the user. So let's say the inventory, what you're carrying, what the user is wearing, all that stuff. And then you would close the connection with one server, open the connection with the other server, and tell the server, hey, this is the payload for this user, right? This is like one way to do it. So both servers would be able to handle a transfer of a player, because you could be transferring from server A to server B, and then server B to server A, right? You could, another way to do it is, let's say, if the player is coming from server A to server B, as soon as the player tries to, or wherever, when you get to the code where you need to transfer the player, you could actually send a message from server A to server B and say, hey, this client is it's about to connect to you, and this is his payload. So from server to server, you pass the payload, and then the client only disconnect from server A and then connects to server B. As soon as the client connects to server B, you would look it up to a list and say, hey, do I have the ID of this player here? If I do, does this player has a payload? If it does, give this payload to it. Right? I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how you would do it exactly with code, but this is kind of like the idea, right? You could also do what Hitmax said. You could have a database where server A would save the payload and the player ID on it. And server B, every time that a client connects, you would access the same server, the same database, and look for the payload in there. If the payload in there, you pass everything. You know, you load the player with the same state that the player was coming from server A. So if the player had half a health, so instead of 100, if the player had 50, all that info would be saved on the database, and then both servers could look it up that. You can do that way. There's so many ways to go about that. And then you handle all that when the player connects. So you would disconnect from server A, and then when that happens, connect to server B. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you need to probably would be, in simple terms, would be that. But you need to think about it. What happens if you disconnect from server A and the connection with server B fails, right? You need to be able to reconnect the player to server A or to server C if one connection fails. Like, you need to have some sort of safeguard, right? But pretty much that's what you need to do. So here we need, I guess I need a script now. The other thing I want to do is this bar right here. I want to be able to load from 0 to 100. You know, as it gets close to go to the next round, it would fill and then goes back to 0. Fill again, goes back to 0, right? So I need a code here, a script that I'm gonna call it Ruffler slide bar. Are you a software engineer? No, I was a full stack backend programmer, but now I work in the tech industry. I work with computer tech. Ionion? I don't know if I said your username correctly, but welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I'm working as a tech now. Before I was a full stack backend developer. Tech support? No, I do custom builds. Actually, people buy computer parts, motherboards, CPU, water cooling, all that stuff, and then I put together for them. And people that are having People that are having issues with their computers, we fix their computers as well. Slider bar. And then the game manager. There. No, I don't work with tech support. I could not work with that for the life of me. I can't. Like, even sometimes we have some customers, they don't know nothing about computers. I have zero patience. Zero patience to explain. Normally the other guys go and help them because I don't have patience. When they come and say to me, "Oh, can I download some memory tonight?" Yeah, let's do it. Let's download some memory. I was downloading some memory in my computer yesterday and everything stopped working. And I say, "Dude, please tell me which website you go to download memory, because I need memory in my computer. I want to download something." What do you think? Dude, if you want to send the link to me, I know. If you want to whisper the link to me or any of the mods, just whisper. I copy and paste in the chat if you don't mind. I have the links blocked. Dude, I was downloading some memory. And say, "Oh yeah, image." So let's do that. The image. And let's do private. It's a website where you download memory? Dude, I got the link here. One second, guys. Is it real? Do they have a link that says that downloading memory? Part picker. Core i5. Asus Prime. I have a Asus Prime. Mine is I think mine is 350, but I think the difference is because it's the Intel. I have a Ryzen. Crucial 8 gig. Samsung Evo, pretty good. Samsung Evo is pretty good. 1050. If you can get the 1060, would be better. But if this is your budget, 1050 is fine. Crosshair, that's pretty good. This is a pretty good build. You're probably gonna be able to play a bunch of games on it. i5 is pretty good. Cooler is good. Thermal paste is fine. I would just say, if you can get more memory, get more memory. And if you can get the 1060, take the 1060. But it's a pretty good machine. Pretty good. In my laptop? Yeah. Let me see. Downloadram.com? No way, dude. What happens? What happens if you click download? It's not gonna crash my computer, right? Can I click on it? Please select the amount of RAM you would like to download. One cannot simply download too much RAM. 32 gig. Okay, so let me see if I can download 32 gig. Do I have more? I want more. If I'm downloading, I want to download like 512, right? I want to go like full. Your RAM download will begin shortly. Now what? Can I click on it? No way, dude. Works, I got 32 gig. Unity coder. Welcome to the stream, dude. I'm downloading 32 gig memory, man. Download complete. Click here for more info. Nothing's being downloaded. YouTube. There we go. That's awesome, man. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it and send to the other tags in the store. Oh, dude, you need to download more RAM. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, man. So oh boy. Me get something to drink here. Best side ever. Okay. So now what we need to do, let's do a damn Flam Dolphin. Thanks for a follow, man. Welcome. Let's do public void and let's do set bar value, and this will take which are the values in that sidebar. So 0 to 1. Zero to 1. Let's do a float value. I follow, man. I actually follow you like a month ago and I just lurk. It's hard to follow. Dude, thanks so much, man. I really do appreciate all of you guys. I know that there's a bunch of guys out there that normally I'm streaming and you guys are working on your stuff while watching. I know that you guys are there, and thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. My name is Jeff. You missed. Yeah, we made Jeff download more RAM. Yeah, there we go, man. Now I have 32 gig RAM. Oh yeah. Set value. So this value, I'm gonna do int value. This value is gonna be something from 1 to 100. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. And then we need to remap this number from, so we need to remap this from 1 to 100 to 0 to 1, because that's the value that, where's my Unity here? This is the value that we're gonna be using, right? So we have 0 and we have 1. But for us to keep our mind to not go crazy, we're gonna be sending the value of 1 and 100. So 1 would be the 0, right? And actually we can do 0 to 100. So 0 is a completely empty bar, and 100 would be a full bar, right? I'm just thinking. KDO said, congratulations, 32 gigs, a pretty big update. Next time I'm gonna download 128. I'm going full. Next time I'm just gonna wait for the website to update. I'm gonna go big next time. I'm gonna do 128. And another clients, they get in there and they start talking about, you know, about I bought this hard drive. It's like 1 TB, you know, and I have this flash drive. It's like 32 GB. Like, which one's bigger? Like, oh my goodness. Oh my god. But you know, people don't know. People don't know. I'm thinking, guys, I'm gonna get my remap from my game. I have in there. I'm not gonna waste my time creating a remap that I have done already. So let me open the my game here, and then I can browse that code. 1 second. I heard might crash your PC if you do it. Yeah, you never, like, if you do too much RAM, it crashes. It doesn't know how to handle that much of RAM. Look at the difference of folder and files in this game, dude. Damn. Okay, let me open C# project. 8 gigs bigger than 32 gig. What's bigger, 32 gig or 1 TB? What's bigger, 32 GB or 1 TB? You guys tell me. Control T. What's a TB? Oh boy. I have a very handy method here that does the remapping for me. There we go. Copy. Helper. That is not a mono behavior as far as I remember. There we go. Do I need to make that a mono behavior? Let me take a look in my game, actually. Don't know how I'm handling that. It's Jake! Welcome to the stream, Jake. How you doing, man? Congrats on your new computer, dude. Running Linux on it. That's awesome, man. Helper, yeah, it's not... It's not a mono behavior. That's good. That's good. Let's close that. Doing good. Let's remove that. And then so we're gonna do what are we returning from it? We are returning a float. Okay. So float bar value is equal helper dot remap, and then value, and then minimum value would be 0, max value would be 100, remap mean value to 0, and remap max value to 1. See, isn't that super handy? So now we can say this debug.log let's do the the bar value is the bar value. So let's just double check, and I am adding code to the wrong place here. That should be going to here, right? And then to test it out, let's go to our game manager, and in our coroutine, let's just create a variable here that's going to be Ploppy. Welcome to the stream, Ploppy. Nice to see you, dude. Let's create a variable here, private, just for testing right now, right? Int count, and then let's do count ++, and the sidebar, we're gonna do count like that. Oops, that doesn't make sense at all. That doesn't make any sense, Jefferson. What are you talking about? There we go. So now our bar should go from 0 to 100 if everything works fine. You should start a YouTube channel, Jeff. I have one. Yes, I do have one. I have it. So let's see if that works. I don't know why Unity does that. Why Unity does this? You're messing up with my stuff here. Raffler panel. See, I don't understand why Unity is doing this to me right now. Sidebar. And then not sure what I'm doing wrong here, because Unity is not liking it something. I'm gonna have to make this UI way better, guys. Is that, I think that's the link for my YouTube channel, no? Copy. Let me double check. What is this? Iconic? I don't even know who that is. I think my channel is C. Yeah, there we go. This is my channel. It's 111 subs. There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Abusing power mods. You posted by mistake? Okay. That... I have no idea why it's doing all this mess. I probably need to fix the UI somehow. But... I don't know Unity. Why is it doing that? Button. Try again. Okay, let's see if that bar goes up now. Oh, wait a second. We are just debugging it. Okay, so let's go to our slider here and then say we need to say the image dot fill amount is equal to bar value. Right? Yeah, he hates me. There we go. Now our bar is going. Luke the Duck. Welcome to the stream, man. Nice to see ya. It's working, guys. I think it's working. But here's the thing. I don't want that bar to be jumping, right? Because now every 10 seconds, the bar just jumps. So see, it's right here. When it goes to the next round, the bar just jumps one more. That's not what I want. I want the bar to go like always going to the right side, right? Not like jumping. I want to like kind of smooth transition. But we can work on that later. Right now the bar is working. It's not what we want, but after we go back and fix it, there's a lot to do still. That's just like make it nicer, right? I'm trying to scan to virus, but it's still not working. Normally, Hitmax, what I do to scan viruses, I don't know if you can, but if you can do that, take the hard drive out of the computer that's infected and put in the hook it up to another computer and then run the scan from that computer, right? That would be the best way to go about it. But normally, if I have a virus, I would, because I don't even have antivirus in my machine, right? I only use that Windows thingamajigger that they have. I don't even have antivirus. Normally, I reinstall Windows every 6 months. Every 6 months, like every year. Jake! Thanks for the beats, man. So I just back up all my data and I reinstall Windows. I don't... And if I know it, like, if for some reason I get a virus or my computer gets weird, I just have backup of my data. I completely wipe my computer and reinstall Windows again. You can't scan computer from scanner? What do you mean? You can't scan computer from scanner? You need like have a computer with an antivirus on it. And then you have your infected computer. The infected computer, take the hard drive out, hook it up to the computer that has the antivirus on it, and then go to that antivirus and say, hey, run a scan on that hard drive that I just attached to it. right? Now we need to update this text here. Are you guys playing Destiny 2, by the way? I am dying to play some Destiny. I think tomorrow I'm gonna play some Destiny. If you guys want to add me in your to play Destiny tomorrow, I would be on Discord, and I probably would be on the Destiny voice chat. So if I play tomorrow, I'm gonna be there. So I will be in the Discord Destiny voice channel. Let me know in there, type in the chat or wherever, or tell me. I can give you guys my my Battle.net ID. You guys can add me and we can play together, if you guys are up to it. So I need to create a couple of more scripts here. So this will be a rounds panel. And I'm gonna create one more. This would be points panel. But if I just wanted to chat and I don't have this, well, you can jump in. We're not gonna be doing raids, so if you wanna jump in there and chat, it's fine. And let's do the jackpot panel as well. Jackpot panel. So the jackpot panel goes in there. Points panel goes in there. Turn, I'm gonna call it round. I'm gonna rename it to round. And we are going to do that. So jackpot panel, rounds panel, and points panel. Who did level up right now? Pagriff, 749. Dude, you're a legend. Pagriff, thanks for watching, man. Pagriff is watching the channel Science Forever, man. Appreciate it, dude. Who is it? Dr. Argus, 490. Getting in there, huh? Getting in there. Now you guys probably gonna level up everybody. Since the bot started leveling up. No one else? No one else leveling up? Okay, so these three ones. Hitmax, if you want to send the link, whisper to me or whisper to Yag or Syrian. Any of the mods can copy and paste the link in the chat if you don't mind doing that. Private. Okay, and then let's do private text. So let's do again. If text equals to null equals text. And let's copy this because we're gonna need it for all these guys here. Okay, I got your link, Hitmax. Let me double check it. Copy. That's the scanner. I see what you're talking about. Oh boy. You can try scan a virus with that. Engine UI. Engine UI. Okay. And then let's do you know what? This is the complete exact thing that we need here. So you're just repeating code. That's not good. That is not good for your health. So that's what you do. You create a base class and you call it base panel, right? Base panel. Yep, save that. And this is what you do. Oops. You create a base panel. Copy that. Where is my base panel? Right here. Put that in there. Add the namespace that we need. Clear that garbage. And then you go to Jackpot. Do that. Remove this. Extend this for the base panel. Right? Remove those. Save that one, save that one. Okay, that feels better. But now we need some sort of identification, right? Because I am thinking right now to create a panels manager. And then from the panel manager, I could say, hey, give me the jackpot panel. Give me the rounds panel, right? So let's create that guy. So let's create in code. Let's do panels manager. So one thing that we are going to need, because what I don't like to do is see, for example, here on the game manager, we have a reference to the Raffler slider, right? And this reference, so it's not a big deal, but I don't like it. This reference is in here. And then if you have to have this slider, someone else in the game, I would have to create a game object and then drag this thing in there and then drag all the things in all the references. That's not really good idea of doing it, right? Because if you change something, Mystic, welcome to the stream, man. Nice to see you, bro. If you change something in your code, or if something changes, everything stops working and you have no idea what broke, but maybe it's just like one reference that's not set, or maybe you drag the wrong thing in the wrong variable. So that's not good for business. So what I like to do is to have, in this type of thing, I like to have a manager. So it will be a UI manager. Now I'm just calling it panel manager. But I would ask for any object. So the game manager here, we're going to be removing this reference, and the game manager would have a reference to the UI manager. And when we need a panel, the game manager would ask the UI manager, hey, give me the jackpot, give me the rounds panel, give me the XP panel, whatever the panel is. That it's easier, right? Because then you just have a reference to the manager, and if something changes, you just need to change in the manager. Everybody else is going to still be asking for the manager instead of having references to objects everywhere, right? Maybe. So let me create an empty here, and let me call it, I'm calling panels manager. It could be UI manager. It could be anything you guys want. Panels manager. And this guy, this is the only one that is going to have references for everything in the UI. So anything related with the UI, ask this guy. He should know where to get that from, right? It makes sense, right? Working on UI. Actually, Mystic, what we are doing now, we are creating a mobile game that's going to be hooked up with Twitch, the bot, and the stream. So the game, it would work the level that you guys have and the XP. So to play the game, you need the XP from the you know, the channel, right? The XP that we have. And then you would play the game. As you're playing the game, if you beat the record when I'm streaming, overlay would pop up in the stream and say, hey, so and so just beat the score, like a flash message, right? I think that will be cool. At least it's going to be just that now, but I want to add like leaderboards and that type of thing, right? Players manager. And now, since we have the base panel here, right? We have the base panel. We can create public. We can do public virtual void set text, string text. And we can do public virtual void get text, and that's not gonna be a void, that's gonna be a string, and we're gonna return okay, we're gonna be returning the panel text, and here we'll be setting the text to the panel. And there is one more thing we need to do. Why are we doing this virtual? Because since this is the base panel, right? We can call set panel in any of your panels here. So since this panel extends base panel, I can literally, if I go to the game manager, so watch this, points panel, and I do points panel blah equals null just for testing, right? So I can do blah dot set text and say this is the text, blah blah blah, right? So where do we get this set text? We get this set text from the base class, right? This is where we get this method from. But let's say that right here we are just setting the text to the value here, right? But let's say for this one here, we want to do something different. For the points panel, we can do override and then set text that. And then we could call base, but instead of calling base, we could say the text. We need to go back to base. Let's go back to base. Let's do protected. So, and this is gonna be private. So we can access these from our classes that are extending. So we do the text dot text is equal to, we want to add a tag here. So like player name, something else, right? And then plus text, wherever is the text that we are passing it. So this is how you do the overriding. So every time we call the points panel, right, we can set the text and we can say have points, right? But if we don't have the override and we call set text, it will only run this thing here, right? We just set the text. So we could say the text.text equals to text. So wherever you're passing in here, it's gonna be your text, if that makes sense. That's why we are using virtual here, because if we need to do this at some point, we can come here to the points panel, override that, and then the points panel would have a different way of setting the text, right? For now, we don't need that, but that's why we are using virtual in there, in case someone doesn't know. In case someone is wondering, why, Jeff, you're doing that? And then there's one more thing I want to add here. Since get text, we're going to do return text dot text. Oops. The text dot text. So get text is just going to return wherever the text is set to, and set text is going to set that to the value that we are passing. Pretty basic, right? So there's one more thing. Since we're going to have a manager, we need to have some sort of identification to identify, okay, this is the points panel, this is the rounds panel, that's the jackpot panel, right? So we're going to create here private, let's do a string, and let's do panel name. Let's do public. So what's going to happen, the panels manager, it's going to have a list of all the panels that we have in the game. And then we're going to have a method here, public. This is going to return a base panel for now. And we're going to say get panel by name, right? And a string panel name. And this would go through that list and then return the panel that has that name, if that makes sense, right? So we can go in our game manager and say, hey, panels manager, give me the panel that's called jackpot, right? So that's how it's gonna work. Let me catch up in the chat here, see if I missed anything. I'm working on something similar. Oh man, that's awesome. Customer wise, my computer is showing me memory. Joy from my computer. Right now, I am making a game where the bits will fall on the screen, but if someone wins the lotto, Mario will jump around the screen and collect the star. That's pretty cool, dude. Are you going to do a 2D or a 3D, Mystic? My computer's not working. Freeze customer. Still not working. Oh boy. So panels manager, let's do a public base panel. Let's do an array for now, and let's say panels, right? And then right here we do for, and then we do panels dot length. So we do base panel is equal to panels I, right? So we go through that list, and then we do if panel dot panel name is equal to panel name, then we do return panel, so that we found the panel that we are looking for. Otherwise we return no, we didn't find that panel, right? We can even do like debug dot warning, could not find the panel named, and then we can enter the panel that we are looking for, right? Like that. Good. So let's save all that, go back to Unity. I can do computer meme all day long, no problem. So jackpot, points, and round. And instead of text, let's rename it to, now let's rename it to panel, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. Now if we go to our panel here, panel name, let's call it jackpot. Let's do jackpot panel. Jackpot panel, points panel, points panel, and then rounds. Did I call rounds? Yeah, rounds panel. And let's rename this to rounds panel. Okay, rounds panel. Everything still works. Is this a mobile version of your full game? No, Unity, this is going to be like some sort of like bingo game that it's going to be connected to Twitch, it's going to be connected to my bot and with my stream. And then you guys are going to be playing it on your mobile. As soon as you guys beat the record or wherever, that's going to be sending information to my overlay, and that's going to be showing the messages, hey, Unity Coder just beat the jackpot, or Unity Coder just got the best score. And I'm going to be creating like overlays with like leaderboards. So as you guys are playing it, if I'm streaming, the leaderboards and all the messages would show up automatically in the stream. And you would have access to the app to see like which level you are, how much XP you have, that type of thing. So it's gonna be all connected to the stream. But you'll be able to play when I'm not streaming, right? So you'll be able to earn XP and that type of thing even when I'm not streaming. Put Unity ads for profit. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a cool thing. I was thinking to create an open server type of type of game. So save their data and play. But I have no idea how to start. I don't know if I get it. Type of game, save their data and play. What do you mean by that, Hitmax? So let's test the panels here really quick. So if we go to the game manager on start, let's do base panel. Is equal to I'm gonna do instance of this guy here. Public static manager let's do private void start ins equals to this. Yeah, very lazy like that. And then we go to the game manager. That will be panels panels manager dot ins dot get panel by name, and then let's do jack pod panel. And this is gonna be the points panel, and this is gonna be the rounds, right? Rounds panel. Points panel. So and points panel and rounds panel, different than null. Actually, let's do like that. Debug.log. It should be working fine, but let's double check. Oh, it's gonna be a karaoke machine. So everyone can save their favorite song and sing with everyone. That's cool. So let's play that. Found all panels. So there we go. See how it goes. See how it goes. So that's how you would get the panels. And of course, if we are setting this jackpot panel as a base panel, because jackpot is a base panel, but it's also a jackpot panel. So I could, where is the game manager? I could say this, right? And then as jackpot panel, because I know that the jackpot panel is a panel. I probably gonna be creating an interface for this later, right? So the interface will be returning the right panel automatically. And you need to be careful with this, because if you do the jackpot and you call dot set text, right? So if we had the overwrite method in the jackpot panel here, that's the one that would be called. We would be called overwrite set text, that, right? Run my new code here. So in a game manager, if we are getting the jackpot and calling the jackpot set text to this is the method that would run. But you need to be aware that if you're calling this base panel, right? And you're calling set text, since you're calling base panel, even though that you have the override here, the one that's gonna be called is this one right here. So you need to keep in mind that type of thing, right? But you guys are smart enough to know about it. But just saying, just in case. And that's why probably in the future we're gonna be using interfaces, right? It makes life easier. So okay, we have our panels. Doctor is trying to defeat Yag, huh? Base panel. And close that one. Everything looks good. Do or do not, there's no try. If I do that, I don't have to worry about copyrights problem. Well, you need to look into it, HateMax, because depending the songs that they are uploading, you may get in trouble, right? You may get in trouble. So we did our remap. I explained that for you guys already, so we know what's going on. Mortal, my man. Welcome to the stream, man. Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see ya. So what's the next thing we want to do here? What's the next step? And see, Unity, it keeps messing up with my UI. Good God. You need to have patience. Okay, let's try play this. Dr. Argus won. There we go. So are we going for it? 1533. Let's just give it 10 seconds. Yeah, we are working. So the next thing we want to do right here, we want to do let's do let's just keep a reference here so we don't call it every time. So what I want to do is do a private rounds panel, and I'm gonna call it the rounds panel, and then private and here we're gonna do if get if the rounds panel is equal to null. So let's cache a reference here so we don't need to be asking the manager all the time, right? So we ask the manager once when it's null, and then after we set, we don't call it anymore because we have a reference already. So we save that, right? So the rounds panel is equal to the panels manager dot inst dot get panel by name, and this is rounds panel, and then we do as rounds panel because we need to softcast that and return, because I explained it already what we are doing with the classes, base classes, and overrides. So now we know that this is a rounds panel, and then we do the first time that we call this thing, that variable right there is gonna be null. We're gonna ask the manager to give us a reference to it. We're gonna set. Next time that we ask for the rounds panel, it's not gonna be null anymore because we have it already. So this part's gonna be skipped, and we just get the panel here, right? So we save that. It's kind of like caching the reference. So we're gonna do the rounds panel dot set text. That's gonna be count plus 1, and then let's do parentheses, and let's do toString, and let's do so in front of it, let's do round that plus, and then let's do a plus here and close the thingamajigger. Okay, so let's save that. Now our rounds should be working, and we are doing +1 because the first time, I guess this would work. The first time it's 0, so then you're gonna increase 1, so we don't even need +1. I was thinking that maybe the first time would be 0, but it may just work like this because we are increasing here. So this would become 1, and then we say round 1. Fight. Round 1. Fight. Do I have to buy the song for karaoke? I don't know, man, but I think if the music has copyrights on it and royalties, I think you probably do. I'm not sure how that works, man, but I think you would have to buy it. Round 1. There we go. So now every round. Okay, that's good. We have our rounds, we have our numbers shuffling, and we have the bar here that's increasing, right? But this is not working correctly, because this bar here, now that I'm thinking, it's just increasing every time that we change the round. But this bar, so every round takes 10 seconds, right? Let me lower the song here, otherwise I go crazy. Every round, it should take 10 seconds. This bar would be the 10 seconds, right? So it just started a new round. This would go 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam. New round, 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, blah, blah, blah. Right? Because this is just increasing now every round, but this is just for testing. We know that our bar is working. We just need to add code now that every time that we change the we change a round, this bar should decrease based on a timer. So let's do private numerator. Let's do start slider count, right? I am muffins. Welcome to the stream, man. Sounds like Destiny music back there. Dude, welcome to the stream, man. It is. If you're not in our Discord, join it. I think I'm gonna be, I was typing in my thing. I was going to type the command in my thing. Dumb. I think I'm gonna be playing tomorrow. If you're playing Destiny, go to Discord and join there. I can give you guys my my BattleNet ID. We can play together, and there's a voice channel in there just for us to play Destiny. So feel free, man. So we want this to run as fast as possible. So we're gonna do yield return null, and we're gonna do a while game is running, right? Do that. And what else? Now we need I guess we don't need to run this forever. No, 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 no. We can just run this until we fill the bar. Right? Let's make it simple. So we do private float. Let's do round time. So the time passed in that round is going to be time passed is equal to time dot time, right? So now let's do add loot boxes. One ad view equals 5,000 XP. Dude, the loot boxes are a nice idea. I don't know, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm just building it for fun, right? Because I think it's gonna be fun for us to like play and then show in the stream that you beat the record. Or let's say there is 2 players watching the stream and someone just beat your record. You're gonna say, oh no, and then you're gonna go there and try to beat their record. I think it's gonna be a nice competition in there. Let me see here. Loot boxes. There we go. I could drop like, I could add like loot boxes that would give you like points, like extra points, or maybe extra time, or maybe extra rounds, right? That type of thing. And then you would open the loot box and then you get like more time for that round, or I don't know, something weird. But it's a good idea. So let me see how I'm gonna handle this. How does the time.time goes? Private void update. The time is. Not sure how this time.time works. time. I think it just increases, right? It starts at 0 when the game starts, and then it just keeps increasing every second, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it keeps increasing since the beginning of the game. Okay, that's good enough. That is good enough. Hit Max. Have a good one, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, Hit Max. Appreciate it, man. See you on Friday, dude. So how am I gonna handle this? I need some sort of timeout, right? Time passed. Yeah, have a good one, Syrian. Appreciate it, man. So what we need to do, time passed. Let me see here. See if I find something here already done for us. I need some sort of timeout, and I have in my game, but let me see if I find here something that I can copy really quick. One second. Yeah, I saw your link, man. Let me just see if I can find here some sort of code that I'm looking for. I think I could do that. No, not really. This is what I'm looking at, guys. Time. Zero, period 1. Does this 4 with this works? Because this looks like C++ to me. Yield return. That's not what we want. Endless loop. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking to do, but what I want to do in this case, every time that we run this, because this is going to run every 20 seconds, right? So every time we do that, we're gonna call this start coroutine that. Right, so every 20 seconds we're gonna start this coroutine, and this coroutine would be increasing the bar from 0 to 100. Pirate, yeah, it should be, but I don't know if that 4 works on Unity though. 4, well, it does. Yeah. Ilogos, welcome to the stream, man. That was a C++ for declare variable condition outcome. Yeah, so this is kind of like the shorthand of it, and looks like it works in C#. I didn't even know that that would work on C#. That's interesting. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Ilogos. Ilogos. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. I never seen that before. Yeah, I've seen that in C++ world that people use that, but I never had seen on C# though. I didn't even knew that would work. Can I do while? Probably not. This probably would not work. Dang, it doesn't even let me do that. Yeah. Can I do one? No. Yeah, it doesn't do for a while. It needs to be like for when you have like a for loop, that you have the initialization of a variable, and then you have the condition, and then you have the output, right? That's how it should work. So how can I make that are only one condition? So if while true, do or while 1 less than 2. Yeah, you could do that too, or you could do anything. While 1 equals 1, right? How can I do this? Because I am thinking, what I'm thinking here is I want that bar, because see that the bar here is jumping, so every round, so when it goes to round 2, it's probably not super difficult thing to do. I just need to think about it right now. So see, it goes, it jumps, right? And this is just increasing the bar for every round. But what I want is, when we change the round, this starts counting 10 seconds and go like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, blah. When changes the round, it goes back to 0 and then change the numbers again, right? That's what we are looking for. Let me see if I have some code like that in my game. I could borrow from it. I'm gonna play my game really quick so you guys know what I'm working on. This is the game that I normally work. This is like a multiplayer survival game that I'm working on, but we are creating a mobile app that's gonna be integrated with the stream, so you guys will be able to play in the stream, and it's gonna be connected to the overlay, so we are gonna get messages when you do when you beat the score, that type of thing. But this is the game that I am working on every day of my life for the last 2 years almost. Just gonna show you guys really quick. So this is the game that I'm doing now. It's a survival game with like base building and stuff. So, okay, let me see here. where it would be. What if you made it that when the bar reaches 10, set bar to 0? Yeah, it could be. I just need to, I guess at this point, I just need a way of, I just need a way to know when a round starts, and then I need to set a timer that would increase by the second, right? And that would be increasing the bar. Actually, let me try one thing here. Now that I'm thinking. Where is my... Let me see if this is gonna work. It's probably something simple, it's just I'm not thinking right now. I am kind of lazy to create that right now. But it's just a matter of, as soon as we start a new round, we start tracking the time, and then we just count from every second to 10 to 0, and then we increase the bar. Okay, so now I have 2 Visual Studios open. Since we don't have the timer to keep that running, we need to do a while through in there. Yeah, now it's kind of like, you know, similar to what I expect, right? But it's very, very slow. This bar, it should be going way faster, because we are not using the right count for it. We are just using time.time, so we just need to use the right count for it. But this is kind of like what I want, right? Okay, that's not super important. Let's work in the functionality first, and then we make those little bars, annoying bars, later, when I want to think about it. Okay, so when we start, let's take this out. I'm not using that right now. Remove that, not using that. Let's skip this because this is where we're gonna do our bar thing. And on start, right now we are doing on start, but at some point this would be done with a button like start game or something like that. So we need to do private void refresh refresh number tiles. And what that's going to do, that's gonna refresh these numbers right here. But these numbers, they work a little bit different, because we have the columns, right? And the columns, they have a specific range of numbers that can go on them. So let's say the number 90 always would be in this column, but will never be in the other columns, right? So number 1, for example, always would be in this column. I think it's 1 to 13, always in this column. So right here, where we have that, I think it's the tiles manager. Yeah, so column 0 would go from 1 to 18, not 13. Column 1, 19 to 36, and so forth, so forth. That's how it would work, right? So, tiles manager. We probably, since this is the tiles manager, we should be doing something here. And this method should be in the tiles manager. That's not tiles manager ins. There we go. And then the game manager let's do public. There we go. See? Better. Now we're going to remove that from here. That the game manager doesn't care about tiles. Who care about tiles is the tile manager. So we need 25 numbers. I would use a state machine and reset the state of your timer each time you move onto the new round. It could be done that way with a state machine for sure. Could be done that way. KDO! Thanks for the host, man. I really do appreciate. I don't know if you're there, but if you are, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Everybody coming from KDO, welcome, guys. Welcome to the streams. KDO, man. Thanks for the host, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. How are you doing, dude? Welcome, everybody. Just working to let you guys know, if you guys know my stream, you know that I'm working on a FPS multiplayer survival game. But tonight, we are working on a mobile game. So this mobile game is going to be connected to Twitch API. It's going to be connected to my bot and connected to the stream. So it's going to be a mobile game that you guys are going to play it. And depending on what you do in a game, I'm going to get warnings in the stream. So if you beat the record or if you did something awesome in a game, overlay in the stream is going to show up. So if someone beat your record, you can go there and try to beat that person's record. So it's just something fun, right? But it's still, I'm still working on the survival multiplayer game. I'm still working on that one. This one is just for fun now. Dope idea. S asterisks. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah. So the game is kind of like, right now it's gonna be very simple. I imagine to have, like in the future, I'm gonna have the boss fights. I'm gonna have the boss fights integrated in there, right? So you guys can play from your phone and from the chat as well. This one is going to be kind of like a bingo type of game, but there's some weird rules on it. And then you're gonna have the points, and then you have the jackpot. So if you do the jackpot, you get XP, right? Asterisks. Thanks for the follow, man. So when you watch the stream, you get levels, right? So you level up. And by watching the stream, you get XP as well. So you're gonna be using the XP to play the game. And while you're playing, you can get more XP and you have the jackpot. So every time you play, you're gonna do like, I don't know, every time you play, you need 100 XP to play, right? And that would go to the jackpot. So the next person that would beat the max points would get everything, all the XP that's in the jackpot, that type of thing, and then would throw a overlay message on the stream, right? This one will be very, very simple, very, very simple. But so far, this is what we got so far. So we have the numbers here. Every 10 seconds they shuffle, right? And then this bar, we just need to make this bar works fast. So every time that the round changes, this will be counting the 10 seconds, right? And then going down. And then as soon as the round changes, the bar starts counting again. So you know when your time for the next round is coming. And we're shuffling this, right? We are setting the rounds here correctly already. So now we need to shuffle these numbers, right? So we go from number 1 to number 90. But I was showing the guys, there is one but here. In the column 0, these are the only numbers that can show in the column 0. So column 1 are these numbers, column 2 these numbers, right? So per se, the number 90 never would show in column 1, right? So this is what we are doing right now. By the way, guys, if you KDO, are you going to be playing Destiny tomorrow? I think I'm gonna play some Destiny tomorrow. If you guys are not in our Discord, join the Discord. I'm gonna be on our Discord voice channel tomorrow. If you guys want to play, I can give you guys my Battle.net ID and we can play together. I'm not gonna stream or anything. It's just gonna be for fun. So if you guys wanna do that, if you guys are playing Destiny, that will be awesome, man. I'll be playing tomorrow, probably after I get home. So it will be like 7 or 8 p.m. Pacific time. I will be there to play because I work all day tomorrow. I'll probably play some tomorrow. Yeah, so if you can, like 7 or 8 tomorrow p.m. Pacific time, if you guys want to jump into Discord, I'm going to be there so we can be chatting and playing and having fun. But my stream schedule conflicts a bit. Just stream the game. Just stream the game. And call it done. I'm streaming from 5 to 9. So, okay, so here's what you do. You stream 5 to 7 or 8, and then you say, guys, now I'm going to start playing Destiny. I don't stream gameplay. You're silly. You're silly. 1 hour. 1 hour, man. Okay, so I don't want people to watch me because I'm gonna own you. That's why you don't want people to watch me, huh? Because you know that I'm the best player ever. I'm the best player ever invented. Just kidding, I'm the worst one. The worst. Let me think how I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do... What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shuffle this array, get the first 5 items, shuffle this array, get the first 5, put all of them in one big array of numbers and say, hey, this is... Right? So, I was playing around with it. So here's what we're gonna do. So let's do public int. Let's do an array and let's say get 5 numbers by column, and then int the column that we are looking for, right? And this is what we want to do. if my pretty code here works. So we need to grab this based on this. And I think I have get numbers. Do I have something here? Get numbers by call ID. Okay, so this is what we need to call. And then let's call it selected call equals to this call number, or let's do call index so we don't get messed up. And then selected call selected order by, and that's how we get the 5. So we do if selected call is different than null, we know that we got a bunch of numbers. If we got a bunch of numbers, we can do return. What is this giving us? Take 5 to int. So what is this becoming? Oh, I see. So enumerable. And otherwise, right? To array, I guess I could so then we keep this simple. My random okay, get 5 numbers by call. Okay, so now we go to our refresh number tiles. We do a 4 less than 5, and then we do let's do here int new numbers equals new 25. And then we do this is gonna be a nested. We can do that by call I. To make this easier. No, it's not an array list. It's just a list. To make this easier on us. Generic. like that. Because I'm thinking right now, is that a way that I can just add 5 elements to the list, like concat? So numbers, new numbers, dot, add range. There we go. Add range would do it. And then debug. Let's do 4. Then let's do new numbers dot count. The random number is, and then we do new numbers I. Let's see what's set text. Let's see what's being given to us. Tiles manager. Okay, let's save everything and see how that goes. I'm not even calling it game manager. Start. Let's do tiles manager dot. How did I call it? Now I think should work. So the random number is 14, 16, 2, 9, 10, 32, 63, 70, 74, and 82. That's fine. So we are getting what we want, but not really. Tiles manager. We need, right here, we need a way to set the call tiles with these numbers, right? Because then we know that this is the column 0, and then we are getting 5 numbers. With these 5 numbers, we need to set the tiles. So it's gonna be pretty easy, I'm just gonna just give me a minute. I will be right back, and then we're gonna add the columns update here. Be right back, guys. And then after that point, we probably can start adding the click. So as soon as the number it's being added to the raffler, so let's say if 10 was added to the raffler and we have the 10 in the column, we can enable that to be clicked so you can select the tile. So just give me a minute, guys. I will be right back. Okay, this is gonna be easy. This is not gonna be super complicated. Let me just double check if I have a method already that sets the number by the columns. Get random. Yeah, regarding the randoms. I guess this one here, I'm gonna remove it because this get random, it could give us repeated numbers. So if we call this 5 times, yes, it will give us just numbers from, let's say, 0 to 19 or whatever it is. But every time we call, we run a risk to do the same random. That's why I'm going to remove this now. And this way, get 5 numbers by call. This way here, it's better because we are shuffling the array and getting the first 5 items. So never we're gonna get a repeated number, right? At least that's what I think. At least that's my belief. I believe I could fly. Put that in there. Let's just throw code away, throw code until we get something going. Can remove that. And then number tiles. I think we're gonna have to do this. Public tile. Public tile is gonna be an array of call 0 right? So because underneath it we have the numbers, this is going to be the reference of the game objects, right? So call 1, call 2, call 3, and call 4, right? Defeated the my main. So public, now let's set those references. Let's go to the tiles manager and then call tiles numbers panel. So 0, I guess I need to lock that. Tiles manager, lock that guy. So 0, 0. So all those are going to be this one. Oh, they don't have the tiles on them. That's not a big deal because add component tile. Now it stopped bothering me. So 0, 0, 0, 0, that, and that. Those are gonna be there. What are you talking about? Why I cannot drag you in there? Is it tile, right? Am I going crazy? Yeah, it is tile. Tiles manager, public. What are you talking about? Number tiles. Oh, that's a transform. Public tile. Mono behavior. Why is it not letting me drag that in there? How it doesn't have the tile? I just added, didn't I? Oh, I know what I did. This was locked. I had the tile to that one. Dummy. Let's do it again. 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0 goes to... Before I do that... There. Okay. So let's do the 1 now. Column 1. Column 1. 1. And 1. There. Now let's go for 2. Bugs, bugs, bugs. 2. It's not bugs, it's Jeff being dummy. That's how you call it. Call 2. Okay, now column 3. Column 3 and column 4. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay. Oh boy. It's okay, we'll give you some time to think about it, if then. Oh boy. I gave up on my raycast demo? Why? Why is that? Never give up, man. So, now we need to create some methods here to set those. It's probably gonna be the same thing as this. Well, not the same thing, but this will be a tile and get tiles. Get tiles by call ID, and then this would return so 4. Right. Always had delivered. You guys are in trouble. So we are getting our tiles. We can get the thingamajigger, and then right here we can say int call numbers equals to that. right? We can make this code way better in the future, adding interfaces and thingamajiggers on it. But for now, we'll do it. For now, we'll do it. Call numbers, and then we're gonna do one more for each here because we like everything nested, right? That's how we roll. Dot length. And that for each number, I guess, no, we don't like nested. We don't like nested. We're gonna call a public void set call tiles numbers, call tile. I gotta love it. You gotta love it, my name convention here. And this will take an int of numbers, right? Oh yeah. And then we're gonna do this. Bam, bam. Bam. Send that in there. And also, we need to send the I here, right? I can type, and then we say int call. So we know which call we are talking about, and we know which numbers are coming from that call, right? And then here we say tile, an array, and then say tiles is equal to whatever we just created here. If that works, get tiles by call ID. So we do that, and then we pass the call index. It looks awesome. That, and then we do a for, and then tiles with a lowercase, I guess. Tiles dot count dot length. Well, we could go over the tiles, or we could go over the numbers, or we could even do for each 5, right? Because we have 5 numbers, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'm gonna go with the numbers for now. So for numbers dot length. So for some reason, if we don't send the correct number of numbers here, this would fail, right? We need to have if numbers dot length is less than 5, we say return, and we say debug.log. We received, this is not correct. We should receive only 5 numbers. So if length is less than 5, or number.length is greater than 5, we return, right? Going to head out for the night, my friends. Stick around for Farm Day XP. Take care, man. Dr. Argus, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one, man. So that's just in case we messed up. So we do tiles I dot set value numbers I. Is that right? Is that right? I don't know. I'm hoping it is. And then we could add code here. Check if we have tiles. Blah, blah, blah. You know, if you don't have the tiles, then... So for some reason, if we pass like a index 10, we don't have 10 columns. We're gonna get a null here. This would throw an exception. But we are good now. We are good. So... refresh number tiles. Go to definition. For 5... set that, set value. That's very, very simple. Let's see if that works. Index out of range exception array. Manager line 60. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Numbers value. Okay, so that's the problem. The problem that's happening, I think, now is with this. We need to fix this. We are just getting the numbers, but index 0, it's number 1. So for sure, all the numbers that would appear in here, they will be incorrect. Because if we are asking for the number 20, was actually showing the number 21. Because number 1 is 0, number 2. So that's why I am doing -1, right? Until we create, because we need to create the tile data manager. The tile data manager would be the one that I want to say, hey, give me the number 1. I don't care where you're going. I don't care the index. I don't care. I wanted the data for number 1. So that will give me the icon, everything for number 1, right? That's exactly why we created these scriptable objects right here, right? If I can unlock that. That's why we have this, because we're going to have a manager and I'm going to say, give me the number 5. So we don't have this, you know, -1, +1, you know, that craziness going. Let's see if that fixes it. Yeah, it does. So that was the problem. So in this case here that we got the 5 here, we should be able to mark 5 in there. And if you guys notice, the way that's going to work is the number that shows in here, it only would be in this column, right? So if there's 4 here, you just need to look in this column. Number 27, only look this column. So you don't need to look everywhere for that number, right? So 78, the only place that 78 would show would be in this column. Right? So you go for column. No, don't have it. Yeah, I have 31. 45. Yep, I have it. 64. No, I don't have it. That's how it works. That's the magic. Now we need to make these puppies clickable, right? We need to make these puppies clickable, and that's the tile. And that is pointer click handler. And then let's implement that interface. So now, what I want to do here, every tile has a tile data. The tile data is the scriptable object, right? On start, I want to say data is equal dot create instance tile data. So as soon as we start this thing up, I want to set an empty scriptable object to it, right? Well, I think it's right, so let's hope for the best. When we set the value, we're gonna say data dot value equals to value. Data dot icon is equal to this, right? What is this? This is a uint. This is a int. Let's cast this bad boy. And this will be data dot icon, right? So here we can say debug.log. Debug.log. You clicked the tile with value of, and then let's do data.value. Bam, shakalaka. I think that's right. Darden CDs. You need to add another column in order to for it to check our lottery tickets. So you clicked 6, you clicked 22. How is this 6? Are you insane? Jefferson, 18, 3, 12, 10, 31, 26, 36, 27. What are you talking about? I think I know. See, that's why this is just a nightmare. If value equals to 0, value equals, oh, no. Let's do the worst thing ever invented in the planet. Let's do this here. Value equals 0. We do 0, otherwise we do value minus 1. What do you think about that? For a change. That's just beautiful. Please never do that. That's just garbage. That's why we need the manager. We need the manager, and then we're gonna say, give me the number 1, and you get number 1. You don't need to be playing with indexes, right? Don't play with indexes, guys. Number 2, 17, 12, 5, 16, 34, 23, 30, 35, 20. Looks like we are winning. We are winning. 56, 88. So now, this is just garbage. Damn, son. How you did that, Jeff? You're not ashamed of doing that type of thing? Nope. No, I'm not. I just tell you not to do, right? Don't do what I do. Don't try to copy me. It's not a good idea. Okay, so don't need that anymore. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. I want to do public void I think I want to do here's what I'm going for right now, guys. I am going for, so if I click this number and we can actually click the number, so let's say number 2 was selected here and we have the number 2 here. I don't want to have references anywhere. I'm trying to do with events as much as I can. So as soon as we get a number 2 here, we are going to be sending an event and say, hey, column 1, if you have number 2, allow it to be clicked, right? And when I click this, when I click the tile is going to fire an event saying, hey, this tile was clicked. And then when the tile is clicked, I want to set this one right here. Where is it? Why my OK is not going? I want to, oh, of course not going because that's a scriptable object. I want to change the, where is my sprites? Texture. So this one right here. So when we check marked, I want to put that icon in there. Bam. How did the number 1 end up in the 5th column? Because definitely, welcome to the stream, Ben, by the way. Because it's not in order, right? I don't care the order and I don't want it to be in order. I just want, what I want is this. Like the column 1 can have any of those numbers, but I don't care the order because the number is gonna be in the bottom. So let's say if you get number 1 in the bottom, I want you to look for the number 1 in the first column. So I don't really want them in order, right? That's why they don't go in order. They go random in there. So these numbers, they will be shuffled and they will be shuffled in the tiles, right? So the number 1, it never goes to be in the same spot. It could, you know, but it always will be changing. The 5th column, did the number 1 show in the 5th column? No way. If that showed in the 5th column, that's a bug. Here's the background again. Oops. Now I see what you're saying. Background. It did show in the 5th column? Compile errors. So you're saying the number 1 showed up in here? Right? If that was the case, because the number 1 should show only this column. Top right. So I have the number 1 there. Let me see if I can get... Oh yeah, there we go. Number 1 right there. Yeah, so that's a bug. That, it is a bug. So why the number 1 is in there? That's the question for you, Jeff. 73, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't have 1 in there. So 1 would be 0. Yeah, now I see it. There's a bug in there. So that's a bug. But that's probably because of this BS right here. But we're going to be changing this to a manager, right? So when we say, give me the number 1, give me the sprite for the number 1, we're going to get the sprite for number 1. So this is probably when is 0, it's asking for 0. And then this is asking the value -1. So literally in this case, we never will get the number 90 or something, right? Because if we get the 90 here, it would be 89. So that's a bug. So, but we're gonna change this to a manager, so don't you worry too much about it. I have 3 hours to get my work done. Silence. Welcome to the stream, man. So what I was going to do here, I think I was going to create the... We probably need to create the events. No worries, just notice the issue. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for noticing, man. Appreciate it. I like when you guys tell me that because sometimes I'm just being dumb. But I strongly believe that I have a bug here, right? But like I said, we're gonna create a manager to handle that. Because this manager manages the tiles. And I want to create a manager just to manage the sprites, right? Went back to my Mac, so I have to download Windows 10 over 3 hours. Dude. So 1 is 74? What are you talking about? Why am I getting that? That's not it. Set value numbers I. Let me debug these numbers here. I know that I'm going to change it. It's kind of like a waste of time here, but I'm just curious where the bug is. So we got no 1 in there. Nope. And did you saw that? That was a repeated. So we got 1 there. This is 74. Setting number to 74. So why are we getting... The value is correct. So there we go. Get sprite by value. So 74. So would be 73. So $73. 73, that's correct. 74. Oh, there we go. 74 has the number 1 on it. Oh, 74 and 87. Okay, let's see it now. Could it be just an error with the sprite in Unity? There we go, man. You got it. You got it. Now it's correct. Yeah, but why do we have 78 twice? What are you talking about? 78. 78. 77. There we go, 77. Oh boy. 76. Imagine you waste like hours trying to figure it out. Why is it repeating my numbers? And then just the sprite is wrong. Duh. Let's try again. Might want to check those. This is a professional casino game, man. What are you talking about? This is triple checked. 83. This game is going to Vegas. I think we're good. Well, you know, the basic is going. You know, the basics are going. $13, $5. Oh, so we have 2 $5. Oh boy. 5. 5 is correct. 4. 4 is correct. 6. 6 and 5. Okay. I'm gonna double check everything. Professional cheating. So professional cheating, man. Yeah, I'm gonna double check those for sure. Most of them should be fine, but Crude Wall. How does this relate to the survival game? Crude Wall, dude. What we are doing, I'm creating a mobile app. And the mobile app, it's going to be this little game, right? I'm just taking a break from the game and working on this. So the mobile game is going to be connected to the stream, to Twitch API and with the bot. So it's going to be working with the XP that you get by watching and the levels. So you're gonna have like a jackpot to win XP. Every time you play, you need to put 100 XP on it, pretty much like the slots machine that we have in the overlay now. And I'm gonna have a leaderboards, and every time that you beat the record or something like that, I'm gonna have something in the stream that's gonna show a message, hey, Crude Wall just beat the record, right? And then it's just for fun. I'm just taking a break and creating like a little mobile game so we can have fun with it. Slot machines, I like the sound of that. Ay. Boy, oh boy. 51, 37. So the values are all correct. Okay, let me see if I have... Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 11:14, guys. I'm probably going to continue this tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be creating the events. So, events test. I should have code events. Next round click. So we probably... One that we want to for sure here is create a script that's gonna be called event tile click, right? Let's open that guy, reload all, and then the tile click is gonna come from the game event. I'm gonna do this really quick here. Whoops. And then we're gonna do public that. And then we're gonna do, this is our custom event, right? If you guys, these events that I'm using here is the same one that I'm using for the survival game. So, where is my GitHub? If you go to the item system, if you go to the assets, item system, these events right here, that's the same exact one that I'm using in my game and the same one that I'm using here. So if you guys want to check that out, you can create custom events with that. So at least one value that we need here, we need tile data. Let's do the tile data. And then let's do public tile data. The tile data. And then we want to do get. Oops. Get. And then we do private set. Because when we fire the this event, we're going to be setting that value. But after we fire the event, we don't want anyone to change the value of the event. That's why it's private set, and it's only going to be set tile data. Jetral codes, my man, how you doing? Tile, let's do data here. How you doing, man? Welcome. The tile data equals data. So when we create the event, we set that. Get return tile data and then private set tile data equals value. Right? So that's what we want. And then in our... I'm not sure if that... I'm good, man. Thanks for asking, Jetroll. Thanks for asking, man. So, I don't know if we're going to be listing this on the Tiles Manager. Probably we will be listening that. So, let's create a listener here. See how easy it is to create. I really love these events, but I could make it better. But it works so good, just like this already. So add listeners on tile click. And then let's create that method, public void on tile click. let's do tile click event debug.log the tile with value of was event. So e dot, see, the tile data dot value. So see how easy it is? You can have access to the event, and then we have the tile data. If you want to create any other variable here, you could do public, wherever, string, something, right? Automatically, you could go to the event dot something. Isn't that super easy? I think that's way easier than using the Unity events. Sometimes you have to use the Unity events, but I really like this little system that I built. Tiles manager. So now we are listening for the event, right? We are listening here and we are removing here. Now we are just missing in the tile, we need to fire that event. So when we click, we want to say event messenger dot instance dot raise, and then we do a new, and this is when we set the variable, right? This is when we set this variable here, and this is not going to be changed at all after the event is fired. So new that, and we need to pass the data. We just pass the data here, right? There we go. Now we are debugging it, but the tile manager is listening for this event, and the tile manager now would be the one creating the debug log. Totally easy. I understand everything. To use some events and delegates and more. Yeah, man, that makes super easy. Makes your life super easy. So watch. Now if we click here, the tile value 12 was clicked event. So see, this is now being done by the event. Before, we were debugging it by the click, right? The interface on pointer click, we were just debugging it. Now we are just raising an event. And let's say if you want to go to the game manager and you want the game manager to listen for it, every time that a tile is clicked, let's say you want to play a sound, you have a sounds manager, and you want to play a sound every time that a tile is clicked, you could go to that manager and add listener. So watch this. If we just come here and do this, and then you don't have that relationship of dragging game objects. Okay, the game manager has a relationship with the tile manager. When the tile manager does this, then I get my reference for the game manager and call that method. Forget about all that stuff. You don't need to be dragging anything anywhere, right? You just fire an event, and if the manager cares about that event, it's gonna do something about it. I don't need to know the references in the scene. It's not that if you change something in your scene, your entire game breaks because all the references are broken. It doesn't matter where your game objects are. As long as your managers are working correctly and you're firing the right events, I don't care where they are. I'm just gonna get the event. So, for instance, if the game manager was a sound manager, right? Where is my event? Let's listen for that event. So event that and event that, and on tile click as well. And then we could even ask for Visual Studio generate for us, and let's do debug.log. The tile was clicked. Play the tile sound. right? So now watch this. Now I have the tiles manager listening for it, and I have the game manager listening for it. So as soon as I click play, if I do this, every tile that I click, see, this is the tile manager, and this will be like the sound manager playing the sound, right? Click again, 35. Why I didn't get my, oh, I did get, see number 2 here, can you guys see it? So every time I'm doing it, it's it calling that again. Tile was clicked, play the sound, right? I store 10 plus reference to all my classes. Yeah, the only places that I store references are the managers. So the only game objects that have references are the managers. So the panels manager would be kind of like a UI manager. So this guy, it knows about the panels. So this is the UI panel, another UI panel, this UI panel. But the only game object that has references are the managers. So if I'm managing the UI, I know about the UI. If I am managing the tiles, I know about all the tiles. I know about the columns. I know about the ruffler, right? If I am the game manager, I'm gonna have another references. But these panels right here, they don't have anything, right? Because if I need to find the jackpot, right? If I need to find the jackpot, I just need to do this. It would be something like, so would be the panels manager, like the UI manager .ins.get panel by name, and then I would say jackpot panel, right? And now I could say base panel equals to that base panel, right? So now I could say my panel dot panel name or wherever, right? Do something with that panel. So I don't need to know, or I don't need to have a reference in my game manager about the jackpot panel. I only have that reference in the UI manager that I'm calling panels manager. So from the panels, I say, hey, give me the jackpot panel. And with the jackpot, I can do things in here. That type of crazy stuff, right? Hopefully I'm right. But yeah, guys, I think tomorrow we're going to be creating all these events, right? Events for a new round started. Event for tile clicked, tile marked, that type of thing. So, yeah. Well, not tomorrow. It's actually going to be Friday. We're going to be doing this Friday. If you guys are not in our Discord, please join our Discord. And if you guys play Destiny, I probably going to be playing Destiny tomorrow after 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So if you guys want to join Discord and jump on the Destiny voice channel in there, we're going to be playing. And if you guys need my BattleNet, I can give you guys my BattleNet tomorrow. So yeah, it helps clean it up. Thanks for showing me. Yeah, no problem, Pirate. No problem, man. Let me see here. Who is streaming? Who is streaming? Who is streaming, man? Let's go here. I'm gonna do a surprise. I don't know him. I don't know what he was working on, but hopefully you guys are gonna like it. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you guys here watching this stream. I really do. Thank you so much for that. For, you know, all the guys that are lurking. Thank you so much, guys. And everybody that's chatting. Thank you. Thanks for the follows. I really do. See you guys Friday, or maybe I talk to you tomorrow on Discord. And for sure, maybe see you guys Friday on the stream. Thank you, and I love you all. See you guys soon. Bye-bye. I'm going to be hosting someone just a minute. Just hold for a minute. I'm gonna play one song and then I'm gonna be hosting someone for you guys. See you guys Friday. Love ya. Bye bye.